Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing Grand Archive. I know I've only done essentially what is one video, which was for I think it was Alchemical Revolution, and the video and the box itself wasn't too good, so kind of figured there was maybe not too much interest. But you know what? Screw it. We'll try it again. I did open Mercurial, I think it was the previous one, but I did only get one box. This time I did get two boxes. So if you guys are interested, hey, definitely show that support, and hey, I'm definitely happy to drop at least a part two, and maybe even just like an overview of Grand Archive, how it's been doing, more so like a discussion, right? I love doing those type of discussion videos. Even though I don't really do them too often, I will try to start doing them more. Maybe doing like an oversize of how, or like an overview, oversize, nice, like an overview of how it's doing, right? Which is pretty good. Obviously, we did have that little scaring set too, which early on in the sets is kind of worrying, obviously, especially for like stores. They see a new product, and if it like kind of like it stumbles right on the way out, kind of like Battle Spirit Saga, right? A lot of stores just get scared and kind of jump ship, right? You'll see a lot of stores just selling it, just selling out. Oh, nice. We got our first foil. Speaking of, very, very cool. So I believe you get, is it, oh, nice. What the hell? An SR. Hulao Gate. Okay, very, very nice. So obviously each box has a theme. So I'm looking at this one, and obviously the Alchemical Revolution one was like steampunk. This one I'm getting more like traditional vibes, like traditional Eastern vibes. That's kind of what I'm getting. Obviously, just based on the outfits and based on the name of like that fortress, kind of reminds me of something you see like in China, right? Yeah, like Jin. Like, just look at these outfits, right? Like, they look very, very like something you see like in Wukong, kind of. Maybe that's like if you want like a modern depiction of it, but yeah, I think this is probably, I don't know. I'm guessing that's what it is, but hey, I could be wrong. Obviously, each main expansion, right? Because that's how it works in Grand Archive. You have like a main expansion, Alchemical Revolution, Dawn of Ashes, Mortal Ambition, and then you have like a sub expansion, or like a, what's it called? Well, I don't know what they call it. Yeah, I think they just call them expansion sets, right? They call it an expansion set, and pretty much they just give you more alternatives to the strategies offered in the new deck, right? Which is something that I'm kind of curious about. I am kind of curious if so. Wouldn't that mean that pretty much every single main core set would have to be somewhat meta? Because if it isn't, oh nice, another. Speaking of another, sorry, Sang Fei. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely based on China. That's pretty cool, based on the names. That's pretty cool. We went from steampunk all the way to traditional China. That's very, very cool. And then I think Dawn of Ashes was more so of just fantasy, right? It was just like in general. I don't think it really had like a specific theme. I think it was just like a bunch of anime characters in fantasy. Obviously, just introducing themselves, right? Like, end the game. Obviously, Weeps of the Shore. It's not like they're trying to hide it or anything, right? It's they're pretty forthcoming about it, which hey, I think it's pretty cool that they're owning it. Obviously, a Western anime game is something pretty unique, right? Obviously, most anime always is gonna come from Japan, so I think it's pretty cool. I think they could add their own unique spin on it, and hey, people seem to be pretty receptive to it. Again, we did have that scaring fracture, but overall, it seems pretty good. I think the boxes overall, I think right now they're going for like 90, which I believe is usually what they're going for. So they're not like super overpriced, but they're not like, they're not being fire sold or anything, which I think is great, right? I think it's great for the game. I think it's great overall for people, collectors, players, whatever, right? It makes the boxes worth getting into. It makes it fun. So hopefully you guys feel the same way. Obviously, there are some expensive SRs, or at least there were in Mercurial and what's it called? And Alchemical. So I'm guessing some cards are just like that. But I mean, that's the nature of the game. If something is good and everyone is obviously buying it, then supply is gonna start running low. So it's gonna be a pricey card. So I'm assuming that's gonna be the case for some of the SRs here, some of the ultra rares specifically. If and I'm, oh my goodness, I'm crossing my fingers. I really hope they changed it so that it's not just one ultra rare box. We'll have to find out. That is one of my bigger criticisms for Grand Archive, and that was one of my bigger criticisms for Battle Spirit Saga, right? When they first came onto, from set 1 to 3, they would only give you one. I actually don't know set 4 because I didn't get set 4, but set 5, they fixed it and now they give you two, what would be two alt arts. And that's kind of what I would consider in this case the ultra rares, right? Like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, they give you two secret rares, even though some of them are insanely expensive. Like you look at Fuwalos, you look at the other Mulcharmy, I forgot the name, the blue one, the jellyfish one. Then you look at cards like Engraver, you look at cards, just cards that are very good, horrors, etc., more modern ones, right? If you look at these cards, they're gonna be pricey because they're so damn good. Even though you realistically speaking have a not insanely low chance of pulling it. Realistically speaking, you're pulling two Seekers in Yu-Gi-Oh, two Seekers out of 10 in a box, so that's a 20% chance, and you can never get dupes, or at least I've never seen dupes, right? You have a 20% chance of getting a 100, whatever, $70, $80, $50, whatever one you're talking about, right? Depending on the price of the box. So I think that's pretty fair and pretty reasonable. It's not very high to the point where, again, the cards are just going to be worthless. However, it still incentivizes you when you pull that secret to say, hey, I still have another chance of pulling blank, whatever you're going for, right? I just think that's better, a better system that incentivizes you to actually get more boxes. I feel like when you only have one good, like really, really good hit to look forward to, it kind of does diminish that experience, right? Especially imagine if you pull it right away, which has happened to me before in some videos actually, where you pull it right away and you kind of have nothing to look forward to anymore. It does kind of suck. So I do kind of wish they do that. If they had to add like one or two more ultra rares, I think that's pretty fair, a pretty fair trade-off. I don't think that's insane. I don't think, again, that would kill the value or anything if that's what you're thinking of. I think that's just gonna be determined by the meta, right? Especially like in these more niche games. Hey, I'll take it. It's an ultra. It's an ultra. What the? I wish it was an ultra. It's an uncommon. Hey, it's not a common, so I will take it. And the foils in this game sometimes can be pretty good. So I don't know. They can sometimes be pretty price cards, and you can never know. So obviously, again, another thing depending on meta, right? So I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be something to look forward to. But again, hey, that's just me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the hit rates are fine as it is? Do you guys think that they should maybe increase it? Or hey, I don't know. Where do you land? Or what do you think they should do to change it, right? Or do you think it should stay the way it is? Always interested to hear different perspectives on things. But again, that's just my experience from opening a bunch of different TCGs. That's kind of the usual from what I'm seeing. The average is 2 hits a box, right? Except in, again, obviously in boxes that are very small, like 16, like Union Arena, right? Where you can get 1 or 2 hits. You can actually get 2 hits, potentially. But usually you're going to get 1, right? But whenever there is 24 packs, I do always kind of expect it to. But so this one took me by surprise the first time. I kind of was surprised, and I was thinking like, oh shit, what the hell? But then I checked online, and yeah, apparently that's how it works, right? And obviously I've opened since every single set, and that is how it works. So then we have Yuri. Because at first I didn't think it was going to be like that because, oh, nice, what the hell? We got 2 SRs in one pack. Okay, let's go. And a foil SR, that's actually pretty cool. I think the highest foil I've gotten was in, nice, and we got Liu Bei. Oh, wait, isn't that the name of someone from the Three Kingdoms? Holy shit, oh, that's what it is. Okay, so it's based on the Three Kingdoms. Dude, that's fucking awesome. That's actually so cool. It's based on the story of the Three Kingdoms. I don't really know it exactly, but I know that Yugi also did an archetype based on them, right? The ancient warrior archetype. And yeah, one of them was definitely, I think, Li Bang or something, whatever the hell it was. So that's so cool. What the hell? That's awesome. What do you guys think of the theme? Obviously, if you're into the story itself, or if you know it, you probably are way more hyped than I am. I obviously mostly know it like in passing. Obviously, Journey to the West, the Three Kingdoms, I think being the two most known ancient Chinese stories, right? And it's pretty cool that Wukong finally, I feel like it's such a unexplored region. I feel like right now, obviously the hottest thing being anime, and I feel like so many games are like in Japan or like obviously in the US. That's kind of standard. So I think it's pretty cool that we're now finally exploring China, such a big region with such a rich history. That's so awesome. And that it did so good, right? I think that's pretty cool. That it's being so well received. It's actually a good game, for one. And hey, I enjoy it. So what do you guys think about it? If you played it, obviously, what do you think of Wukong? Do you have fun? Are you excited to see more settings like it, or what settings would you like to see, right? Because I feel like Assassin's Creed was the only one doing it for a while, where they were doing like different settings, and I kind of wish more games started doing that, right? Taking that approach. Maybe not exactly like obviously the Ubisoft formula, which at this point has become so formulaic that you can pretty much just know what you're gonna do as you load in the game. You're gonna be like, oh well, I'm gonna go to this town, I'm gonna go to a viewpoint, and it's gonna unlock all the quests, and I'm gonna go collect this whatever feathers in AC2 or this thing, and then just a lot of grind stuff that you kind of have to get through. Is in my opinion, the last one I played personally was Valhalla, and Jesus Christ, that game took me so long, especially because I don't know what it is. I love collecting trophies. I love collecting platinums. It's just something that I've always been into. Achievements in the 360, I used to really be into that as well. And then trophies now that I'm on PlayStation. And dude, that thing took me like a month. That shit was insane. I never wanted to touch another Assassin's Creed. I've never had a game taint the franchise so much where I just like, dude, fuck Assassin's Creed, because Mirage came out and I haven't even touched it, bro. I heard it was better. I heard they kind of went back to the shorter game, because here's the thing, right? A lot of people say like, oh, I need to get this X amount of hours for my buck. And sure, that's fair enough. If the game is like 5 hours, 6 hours, it's very short, right? Like that's kind of bullshit. I'll still buy it. Look, I'm not gonna lie. If a game is good, I don't really care about the length. For example, Scorn is one that I played, and I thought it was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, and that's like a 3 hour game. But I get a lot of people think like that, and obviously $70, it is a pretty steep price, right? But dude, there is such a thing as bloating, and that game is the prime example. They should definitely put that as a one not to do with your game in fucking universities in game design. How to not blow your game, or how to not fill your game with a bunch of grind. Oh my goodness, you will repeat so many quests, dude, and it was so pointless. Dude, at the end of it, I just hated the characters. I'm not even gonna lie, but don't get me started. That's a whole other thing. But anyways, yeah, I think it's pretty cool that hopefully more games are gonna be able to explore different historical settings, right? And hey, I think that's pretty cool. Hey, I'm always up for that. Always learning up for different ancient histories, right? I think that's pretty cool. Let's do this. Because obviously, I think for Japan, we've had Rise of the Ronin recently. Ghost of Tsushima, obviously, being, I think, the de facto recently, right? Being such a highly praised and just such a good game in general. And then most recently, again, the Rise, and then we're gonna have Shadows. And I wonder what other setting. Egypt. Have we ever had a game like an ancient Egypt game? That'd be pretty cool. I think the only one we've had. You do it, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Assassin's Creed. That's crazy. What the hell? Yeah, no, we definitely needed Wukong to do good. Thank God he did, so we can finally get hopefully more studios invested into these kind of games, right? These story-driven games that are set in well, maybe not historical, but inspired by different cultures of the world. And I support it. So what do you guys think about it? What do you guys think of the theme in this one? Do you guys enjoy it? What do you expect to see in the next one? Obviously, the next one is gonna be an expansion set, so maybe not that one, but the next main core set, right? What would you like to see from Grand Archive? What is something that, because obviously we've done steampunk, we've done obviously the ancient Three Kingdoms, so that would be maybe they could do, I don't know, they could do like a future set. Maybe that would be pretty cool. Like that would be cool, like a Western set. But I don't know how that would fit, because I think it would be pretty cool. I think they could make it work, like an anime Western, like cowboys. Dude, that would be sick, actually. What the hell? Now, the more I'm talking about it, they could do like a horror set as well, like a haunted one. They just like a bunch of different monsters. Dude, anime can go crazy with monsters. That's something I really like about anime, that you can really just do whatever the hell you want, right? And I was about to say Uzumaki. Jesus Christ, don't even get me started on the downgrade of that one. We have not pulled an ultra, by the way. What is this? Mortal Ambition. Wow, we pulled a card named after the set. That's hilarious. What the hell? Are you serious? Dude, what? That's like if Yu-Gi-Oh made a card called Rage of the Abyss. That is crazy. I mean, it is a pretty good name, though. It's not like... It doesn't sound too much like PR, right? Mortal Ambition definitely sounds like a card like it could be a card. Not like obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! They named their boxes very, very much so. Pharaoh Servant, like you couldn't name a card like that. Well, actually, dude, that'd be that would actually go kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. We got Bagua, we got Gale Whisper, Emergent, Nascent Blast. What the hell? Pharaoh Servant archetype, dude, that actually would be pretty cool. But like Invasion of Chaos, right? Like obviously, I'm just looking at the ones I have right there, but or even the newer ones, right? Like Rage of the Abyss, you're not gonna have a card named that. It's gonna be kind of weird. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, it does seem that you're only getting one Ultra still. Hey, what do you do? Unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? You can't. All right, nice. Another SR. Yeah, let's go. Guandu, the Theater of War. Very, very nice. Weaponsmith, Ordinary Horse, Palace Guard, Fireball, Fairy Whispers, Barrier. Oh, wait, aren't I missing a foil? Oh no, you only get 2, right? Yeah, I think you only get 2. So I think we already got our 2 foils. So yeah. That was okay. Yeah, we did get our 2 foils. So we got Nascent Blast, Imperial. See it. Okay. Nice. Yeah, how are you guys feeling about Grand Archive? How are you guys feeling about the progress it's made? Obviously, it being a Kickstarter game, I feel like kind of limited some potential right away, especially with games like MetaZoo kind of corroding that trust, right? So I think it's pretty cool to see games actually be able to be somewhat successful, right? Now we're at I think this is like the 5th set of Grand Archive. So I think it's pretty good. Again, the boxes seem to be doing pretty relatively well. Obviously, not insane volumes, kind of like you would see like One Piece, Pokemon, Lorcana. But hey, it's a more niche game, so you can't expect that. But I still think it's pretty cool, obviously. It shows that there is a collector base, there is a player base interested in this, right? So I think that's pretty neat. How do you guys feel about it? How is it growing in your area? How is the local scene doing, right? Let me know. And hey, hopefully I'll see you for part 2 if you're interested. If not, hey, it's still fun to sometimes do little one-offs, right? So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you.